Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Frazen, Director of Vintage here at Bob's Watches. Welcome to another episode of Vintage of the Week. For this episode of Vintage of the Week, we have a stunning Rolex GMT-Master reference 16753 Rootbeer. That's an absolutely amazing, very lightly worn condition. Some could even call it almost new old stock. It comes complete as a full set with its original box, papers, hang tags, and even its original case back sticker. But first, before we go any further, it's time for a quick wrist check. Today I'm sticking with the two-tone theme with this lovely Zephyr from 1958. I'm a big fan of the crosshair dial. Be sure to let us know what you're wearing and share in the comments below. Now back to this week's watch. The Rolex GMT-Master is one of the most iconic sport watches of all time. Officially launched in 1955, the GMT-Master is Rolex's original multi-time zone pilot watch, and it's been a staple within the industry for well over half a century. The core design of the GMT-Master has remained largely unchanged throughout the years. Vintage examples represent some of the most collectible watches out there. The original GMT-Master reference 6542 was exclusively offered in either all stainless steel or solid gold. However, starting in the early 70s, Rolex began offering its famous pilot's watch in two-tone configurations. Although Rolex produced two-tone versions of the reference 1675, the stainless steel and yellow gold reference 16753 that was launched in the early 1980s represents the first two-tone GMT-Master to have its own unique reference number. At a quick glance, the reference 16753 follows much of the same design ethos as the two-tone examples of its direct predecessor, the 1675. Both feature a 40mm stainless steel middle case that is fitted with an acrylic crystal, a yellow gold winding crown, and matching gold bezel ring. Additionally, just like the two-tone examples from the previous generation, the 16753 was available with either a classic black dial and matching all-black bezel insert, or with a striking brown dial that was paired with a split-colored bezel insert in brown and gold. This model was available with either the standard 3-link oyster bracelet or with the dressier 5-link Jubilee, like on this particular example. Depending on the bracelet, each offers a unique look and feel. While much of the overall aesthetics of the reference 16753 was carried over from the previous series, the movement powering the watch represents a significant step forward compared to what can be found inside earlier models. Not only does the caliber 3075 powering the reference 16753 feature a higher operating frequency of 28,800 beats per hour, it also includes the added convenience of a quick set date, which enables users to adjust the date display independently from the time-telling hands. Who doesn't love a quick set? Production of the reference 16753 lasted throughout most of the 1980s, and while this model is a decidedly vintage watch, it's also surprisingly the last two-tone reference GMT-Master that Rolex produced before it updated the collection to the GMT-Master 2. Also, for this particular example, it's in absolutely pristine overall condition and comes complete as a full kit with its original box, papers, hang tags, plus the original caseback sticker is still intact on the caseback. This thing is just fantastic, a real time capsule. The case is in crisp overall condition with its original finishes on the top and sides. It shows some light wear and light scratches, but it was clearly not a daily driver. The 7.6 million serial number makes the watch circa 1983. The bezel is in similarly well-preserved condition with a sharp outer ring and an insert that still has bright and vibrant colors. Meanwhile, the original brown nipple dial and gold hands are also in excellent overall shape and have developed some oxidation, which is not uncommon for a watch of this age. The tritium lume on the dial and hands has developed a worn patina, adding to the overall vintage charm. Just like the rest of the watch, the Jubilee bracelet is also in exceptional overall condition. It displays very little signs of visible wear, while its gold center links have even started to develop a slight patina, which looks great. The Clasp code on the bracelet dates it to approximately 1984, which is entirely appropriate given the year of production for the watch. As you can often expect, there's about a year or two difference between when the cases were made and when the bracelet was fitted to it. With its two-tone construction and brown and gold color profile, this Rootbeer GMT-Master offers one of the most decidedly vintage appearances of any Rolex watch. It offers a significantly different overall look and feel compared to the modern Rootbeer that features ever-rose gold components and a largely black and brown color profile. We don't come across full set examples in this kind of condition very often, and when we do, I get pretty fired up about it. Since this watch is in such good, lightly worn condition, I wonder if the new owner will wear it or just put it away. In my opinion, I hope they put it on and enjoy it like they're the first owner. Condition is king, and even though the 16753 isn't necessarily a super rare watch, finding them in this condition with a full set is not common. Nowadays, the delta between mediocre and excellent condition is getting wider and wider. Collectors are more educated than ever, and we see many holding out for the best. Remember, just like every watch featured on Vintage of the Week, this exact one will be available for purchase directly on our website. Go check it out on bobswatches.com/vintage. Don't forget to check back next time to see what standout vintage watch we'll be featuring then. Bye.